Hi, and welcome to Science Time with Miss Victoria. Now, this program is recommended for ages 6 and up, but as always, it does depend on the science or STEM experiment that we are doing. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, remember, before we even begin, as always, you have to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. You can use the YouTube video in which I wash my hands to the Brian Ferris Jaka. I do it slow, and then repeat it fast. And you're going to go top and bottom, in between, and then rub them all together. Make sure you do have plenty of soap. Rinse it, and then once your hands are completely dry, it should be about 20-25 seconds. Then we can go to the next thing, which is to gather our supplies. However, don't know what we're doing yet, so let's just pause for a quick second. Last thing is, of course, to have adult supervision, just in case. The adults can help you gather supplies, help you set up, and of course, they just being there to do the experiment with you. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and keep this going, and we're going to go find out what we're doing and what supplies we're going to be needing. Okay? Okay, we're going to be gathering supplies for Rainbow Jellybeans. Okay, now this is very similar, and you might have done this before because you can do this experiment, but instead of jelly beans, you can use Skittles as another candy. You can probably use also M&Ms because of the coating. So first thing we're going to need is jelly beans, which I have. We're also going to need 2 plates. I just have 2 paper plates, styrofoam plates, any types, as long as you have 2 plates. You're going to need water. You're going to need some vinegar. Make sure it's an easy container. I'm using mine in a water bottle, so it's easy for me to pour. You need cups. I'm not using cups, but you can have some. That way you can pour the vinegar or the water into a smaller cup, so it's easier for your child to pour. But I'm going to go ahead and just do it directly from the containers that I have them in. And last thing you need is a timer. I'm going to be using the timer on my Fitbit, so it'll be a little bit easier. So let's jump right into our steps. Here they are. Okay, so this is a very easy experiment, and the reason I chose this one because when it comes to Easter, you have a lot of candy left over. One thing you might have a lot left over is jelly beans. Okay, so the first step we're going to be doing is to arrange the jelly beans around the plate. Now, this is the time where your child can go ahead and make a different arrangement. They can do alternating colors. They can pick the colors that one of their favorite colors if they want. If they only like the red ones, they can make the plate all the way around red. But you just want to make one line all the way across around the plate. I'm not doing a specific pattern, but of course, like I said, if your child wants to make a certain pattern, like 2 green, 2 red, and just make a whole different pattern, that's fine. Set that across as best as we can, because we know how jelly beans are. They tend to move around. I'm gonna go ahead and do it on my other plate as well. Once they settle, we'll go ahead and arrange them, because they do tend to get a little jiggly and moving. Looks like that one's a little better than I had on this side. This side, for some reason, just kept wanting not to stay still. Okay, so you kind of have it arranged in a circle. Now what we're going to do now is you're going to pour some vinegar on one plate slowly and then water on the other plate. Once you pour that, you're going to repeat it, of course, with the water, and then you're going to wait for 5 to 15 minutes. It just depends, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start my time. And what I'm going to do, you might get a reaction right away, but this is something that they can wait and watch. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit. We'll eventually move slowly to our jelly beans. You want to try to get in the middle. Seal that. Now all you do is just play the waiting game. And what's going to happen is similar to if you had Skittles. What's going to happen is the color from the jelly beans is going to slowly start melting. It's going to make a little kind of like a rainbow swirl. So that's when you get your rainbow jelly beans. Now the close-up shot, we're going to see a little bit better. So I'm going to leave this so that way when I get to our close-up shot, you'll see a bit closer. But I can already tell right now the vinegar as it's hitting the sides of the jelly beans. I don't know if you can see it, but maybe in the close-up will be a little bit better. But I can see the red, orange, all the different colors are already coming off the jelly bean and mixing with the vinegar. This seemed to look like a little bit quicker. Now, if you think about why is the vinegar quicker, probably because of the acidity within the vinegar. Now the water is breaking it down, because I can see the red also, and you can see it coming toward. It's actually spreading a little bit more. Interesting. You would think this would be a little bit quick as a vinegar, and I think it is, but I think it's going on the sides as opposed to the water one. It looks like the water is being pulled in, the colors on that one. So we're going to leave this here. Now, I've only had it for going on 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes, and I'm already seeing results of the colors being pulled in to make a little swirl, the rainbow being mixed from the jelly bean with the vinegar and the water. And I think the water one looks like it's spreading more than the vinegar. It could be that the vinegar is spreading, but it's holding it in place. It's not letting it spread across as the water is. The water looks like it's expanding more than the vinegar. But it is getting there. And we're going on. I'll go ahead and get mine around 3 minutes. Right about now. That's 3 minutes right there. So we're going to keep this going, and you can set it aside and just keep an eye and watch it. So it's a very quick, easy experiment. You can do a comparison. You can have, maybe instead, you have Skittles on one side and jelly beans on the other. Or you may have 3 plates and you decide, you know what, I want to just do, or even 6, let's put it that way, 6 might be even better. So that way you have jelly beans, Skittles, M&Ms, and you have one water, vinegar, water, vinegar, water, vinegar for each type of candy. And you see which one goes quicker. It's up to you. Doesn't hurt. You have candies left over from Easter. You don't want them staying so in your cabinet for so long. And of course, parents, I don't think you want the kids so sugared up. So you might want to just go ahead and use it for the experiment. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep going. I'm going to go ahead and, as always, provide you with some library resources. Okay, so on this side over here, when you're looking at on the blue side, those books you can find on our website, cctexas.com/library, and go into our library catalog, and you can look up for these. The top two are STEM books that you can check out. Pick them up curbside or just go into the branches and pick it up. And the last one is, of course, some 365 experiments. Otherwise, you can also just use our advanced search when you're on the website, and specifically pick edible science, engineering. STEMs could be mechanical science when you're doing more hands-on, like dealing with wood, metal. You might want to go with that. You can be specific on that. Now, if you prefer your device, like a smartphone or a tablet, you might want to use our online digital resources, Access 360 and Hoopla. And you can find these two. This one I like is from Access 360 is the Maker's Lab by Smithsonian, the DK, so that might help you. Really cool science experiments that you can do. And of course, you have another DK one down here using Hoopla. It might be easier so that way, in case if you're doing an experiment, you can just wipe it off hopefully real quick, as opposed to it getting on your book. Now remember, on these online digital resources, make sure you have already went through the new user process and you're already registered for these two. And of course, you already had downloaded the apps if you're using it on your smart device. If you need help, by all means call any of the branches and they can walk you through the step process on that. Now, as always, remember to check out our Facebook and YouTube channel, Corpus Christi Public Libraries. We do have a list of all the programs the branches are providing, the different videos. Now, if you want a better breakdown, you can go to the website, cctexas.com/library, click virtual programs, and you'll get a breakdown of them. Just click on the hyperlink and it'll send you to the video on YouTube. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to that channel while you're there. Now, if you need help finding books dealing with science, STEM, chemical experiments, any of the experiments you want to do for a science project wise with your kids, you can try our new book alert, author check, and of course book newsletter. And don't forget always our online digital resources, Access 360, and of course Hoopla. Now, as always, I will see you next time. Bye.